HCWA fans, I'm going to tell you what, this is Matt Mahoney's first episode. You're going to love this. Chair Shot with Matt Mahoney. And I'm going to tell you what, fans, definitely one of the best shows you're going to watch in professional wrestling. I have a lot of things to talk about here tonight. First thing first, let me talk about the show we just had. For the benefit of the troops at the Wentworth, I'm a little loopy after that chair shot this morning, the Wentworth Armory. And I'm going to tell you what, fans, what a show we had. The lineup included, the first match was Dark Angel versus a gentleman who has recently come back to the HCWA, Bobby Yella. And I'm going to tell you what, when this man comes out in the HCWA arena, all you hear is, Yella, Yella. I mean, just women going crazy, people throwing babies. It's just ridiculous. Next, I'm going to tell you what, that match, going back to this match, that match, Bobby really showed a little in that match. And I'm going to get to a little something later on. And if you buy the DVD, you'll love it, because we have a surprise for you in that aspect of Bobby Yella. Moving on, the next matchup we saw that night was Low Life, and I love this name, Low Life Lee Anderson versus the former HCWA World Heavyweight Champion Gunnar Austin. And earlier that night, I actually, his privilege of having an interview with Mr. Gunnar Austin. He told me a little things. He kind of confused me a little bit. Gunnar Austin has always been, your fan favorite, but he seemed a little on the edge, of what he was going to do of his future after losing the HCWA World Heavyweight title. And that's here or there. Of course, we'll probably see more of Gunnar Austin and his temper tantrum in the weeks to come. And this next match, Foxy Roxy versus Double T, Travis Turner. And I'm going to tell you what, Double T, Travis Turner, better man than me. I could never lay hands on a woman. But I'm going to tell you what, Travis Turner, Double T, did just that. That match was great. A lot of non-stop action, if I'm allowed to say that. And it ended a little controversy. You have to check the DVD out to see exactly how it ended. The next match I want to zero in on is Zero and Draven versus D Nice and Chris Severn. I'm going to tell you what, this match right here, it was almost like being 8 years old again, watching Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, baby, in the ring as the Rock and Roll Express. I mean, they were juking and jiving and jumping and joeing, and they were just rock and rolling all night, baby. And that's what you want to see. I'm going to tell you what, D-Nice and Chris Severn, these guys are going to go all the way to the tag team titles in the HCWA, in my opinion. Not taking anything from Zero and Draven, a member of the Army of Darkness, two great athletes in their own right. But D-Nice and Chris Severn, they're going. With Jesse Santana in their corner, being members of JB Smooth Enterprises, regardless of how I feel about JB Smooth and his enterprise per se, that's the next tag team champions in my opinion. Now moving on to the next matchup of the night that I was really excited about, it was Kid Lightning being forced to defend his Mid-Atlantic his Carolina Classic #1 contendership. And it was a mystery opponent, excuse me. And we find out later on in the night that the mystery opponent for Kid Lightning was none other than Outlaw Wayne Taylor. And the way this match come about, fans, you're not going to want to miss it. I mean, Outlaw come out and he just buy the DVD, you'll see it. The next matchup I really want to talk about, Miles Allen versus Chris Show Smooth Lee. And I tell you what, Miles Allen, Roscoe Blaze, whatever you want to call him, the New Attitude changed his name to Miles Allen, worked out perfect. He goes against Chris Show Smooth Lee, one half of the HCWA World Tag Team Champions, with Ooga Booga. And I'm going to tell you what, that is a force to be reckoned with in the HCWA. I'm not sure if anybody can dethrone these two men. And at the end of the match, Miles Allen took a little turn for the worse, I would say. Or for the better. Again, you might want to check that out because all I'm saying is, yo boy. Next, we're going to Vice and Robert Ash versus Mr. Rebel and his son, C-Rock. This match was a great match. Not too much was known about C-Rock. I know he was Raging Rebel's son. I know he wrestled for the HCWA a while back. What JB Smooth had interpreted that he had sent him off packing, bloody and all that. But it looked like C-Rock really gave Vice and Robert Ash a run for his money. Vice has been out of action for a while, but that man can definitely work and has no ring rust whatsoever. Now, the next matchup in the evening, ladies and gentlemen, S.A. Joker versus Sweet Daddy. The return of Sweet Daddy, baby. And nothing can be said about this match besides excellent. Excellent. Sweet Daddy got injured in the match, but the match continued, and it just shows the intestinal fortitude of Sweet Daddy. And then we had Justin Zane versus J.W. Dalton in a submission match for the Anarchy title. You can catch all that on the DVD, but let me get to my favorite part of the evening. The man that I interviewed in the latest bathroom, baby. Yeah! Johnny Roxville versus Lamont Steele, the HCWA World Heavyweight Champion. The real deal, Lamont Steele. Mr. Almost broke my hand when he shook it. This man is just oozing greatness. When Lamont gets in the ring, you can see superstar written all over him. I'm not trying to boost anybody in JV Smooth Enterprises, but I'm just saying. The man has it. Then you got Johnny Roxville, one of the greatest superstars that I've ever laid eyes on, especially in the HCWA Rockstar, as he would be like to be called. And the interview was just amazing. If you haven't saw the interview yet, fans, go to Wrestling HCWA on YouTube and check it out. Matt Mahoney, you can type in Matt Mahoney, of course, the only name, the voice of HCWA Wrestling, and definitely watch that, because I'm going to tell you what, that's an interview you won't want to miss. If you like ladies' restrooms and you like rock stars, you'll love that interview. And there's so much stuff going on in the HCWA right now, I can't even mention it all. I mean, you got JB Smooth Enterprises, you got JR Phoenix Corporation, then the Phoenix Corporation just dropping the tag team titles to Chris Show Smooth Lee and Ooga Booga. And of course you got Lamont Steele recently winning the World Heavyweight, the HCWA World Heavyweight title. Got a little tongue twisted. Again, I just got hit in the back with a chair every morning before I do this show, so give me a break. And then you have J.W. Dalton coming off for 2 victories and retaining his Anarchy title, first against Chris Severn, and then thirdly against Zero and Chris Severn. And he come off a ladder, he got caught on fire, his zipper got stuck. I mean, it was ridiculous. Everything. Smiley was fixing his pants. It's a match you don't want to miss, fans. And I'm going to tell you what, right now in the HCWA, there's so much electricity, so much action, so much everything. And you really got to check out these DVDs. We still have the Mother Day Mayhem DVD. We have the Benefit of the Troops DVD of the last show. And we also have the second anniversary show. I had to think about that. Of the last show that we did. And I'm going to tell you what, that show was awesome. If you didn't get it, you better pick it up right now. You can pre-order it on our Facebook, or you can definitely go watch some clips that we have on Wrestling HCWA on YouTube. But we're not giving it all because you got to spend a little money. And I'll tell you what right now, anytime you want to check out the latest news or what's in or what's not in the HCWA, check out our Facebook page, HCWA Wrestling. /Facebook, whatever you want to do. You know how to use Facebook. Matt Mahoney here. I'm signing off, fans. Good fight and good night.